What's up everyone, Psycho Bacon here bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going to be battling Antoine, and this is going to be the second battle on the channel, and hopefully it goes better than the last one, spoiler alert. But alright, let's see. He's bringing Chestnut. Oh, I don't like this team. Crawdon, Charizard, Sylveon, Tyranitar, and Galvantula. Huh. I don't have anything to remove hazards, so I don't like seeing the Galvantula. I do have Magic Bounce with the Xatu. We're using the same team as the first battle on our channel. Probably gonna do about three battles with this team before I decide to switch it up. So, I am just going to lead with the Xatu, just so he can't set anything up right off the bat. And if he doesn't lead with the Galvantula, we could just U-turn out. And hopefully that puts us in a good position. And the Crawdon and Tyranitar aren't going to appreciate a U-turn either. So I think Xatu is our best lead. Now the first battle, we did unfortunately take a loss. If you want to see how, go check out the last video. But I'm kind of sad I had to start with a loss, but I'm here to redeem myself. This is the redemption right here. So, Antoine's issuing a challenge, and we're going to see if he did lead with the Galvantula. And it does lead with Sylveon. I am just going to U-turn and go into Scizor. Maybe I can set up a couple Swords Dances and sweep right through. That would be nice. What better way to redeem myself than to sweep, right? So we are faster. I think this is a speed invested Xatu. I am Life Orbed. And I think our safest play is just to go to scare this thing out with the Scizor. He is going to set up a light screen, which, it's okay. I'm not too worried. I am just going to bullet punch here. And maybe it'll switch out, and we'll just get some damage off on whatever wants to come in. We're going to give someone the clamps. Look at those fierce clamps. Someone's getting them today. He is going to withdraw, and we'll see who's going to go into. He does go into the Charizard. I should have predicted that. We are going to get some damage off on it. Probably won't be too much. Yeah, a little under 25% maybe. Now, we can make a bold play, predict a fire type move, and go on to Arcanine. Because we are Flash Fire, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to try and catch him off guard with it. And we'll see what happens with that. He is thinking about it. He is taking his time with it. So we switch out, in comes the Arcanine. And does he go for a Flamethrower? He is going to Mega Evolve. It is a Charizard Y. And let's see Flamethrower. Oh, he does go for the Solar Beam, which still isn't going to affect us too much. We should take it quite decently, and we do. Now, the question is if he stays in. I'm going to Wild Charge, hoping he stays in, and we can get some damage off on it. Or, if he wants to go into the Crawdon here, we'll still get the Wild Charge off and do some great damage, and probably break the Focus Sash on the Crawdon if it is one. It could be a Focus Sash Dragon Dance set, which I love to run. And he does switch out into the Tyranitar. That is a smarter play, I guess. And away goes the sun and in comes the sand. Wild Charge is going to go off. Wish I didn't reveal it. Now he knows we have it. We are going to take Sandstorm damage. And I think I'm just going to go back out into the Scizor. Yeah, I'm just gonna go... Actually. Nope. Not gonna doubt myself. I always doubt myself, and that's where it goes the way I don't want it to. We're just gonna go right into the Scizor. Scizor will take anything this thing wants to do. He is actually just gonna set up with a Dragon Dance. And I'm just gonna go right in for a Bullet Punch, and whatever he wants to switch out into, we'll take a Bullet Punch. This thing isn't gonna appreciate a Bullet Punch if he decides to stay in. He does stay in, and it goes off, and did not appreciate it. It's a crit, and it probably didn't matter. I'm gonna say it didn't matter. But those critical clamps coming through. And in comes the Charizard again. I think I just go right back into the Arcanine and just keep the cycle going. Either we take a Solar Beam nicely, or we get the Flash Fire off. He is just going to Focus Blast, which we dodge. That athletic Arcanine coming through. Now, once again, I have no reason to just not go for a Wild Charge. I don't see why not. Gonna grab my water right here. Ugh. We have no reason not to go for a Wild Charge. The Tyranitar gone, it'll still do some decent damage to whatever wants to come in, or if he decides to stay in, knowing we have the Wild Charge. But he may just go for into the Sylveon. And he might set up screens again, well, one of the screens, but we'll just have to see. So he does withdraw, and back into the Sylveon. So I do wish I went for a Flare Blitz, but it's not, it's okay. Now seeing that damage, I think a Flare Blitz will work wonders. So I think I am just gonna go in for the Flare Blitz. We do outspeed, Flare Blitz goes off, and drumroll picks up the kill. There we go. So, like I said, nice and easy over with. We get our nice leftovers recovery. Arcanine is putting in work. And probably gonna... Oh, the Crawdon does come in. I could go for the Wild Charge. This thing's probably Sash Dragon Dance set. So I don't want to switch out and give it a free Dragon Dance. So I am just going to go for the Wild Charge. He is just going to Aqua Jet us. That's unfortunate. I did predict that he would just Dragon Dance. But Wild Charge goes off and does a decent amount of damage. We take Recoil. I'm not sure if that's enough to survive another Aqua Jet. I didn't see how much it did. But I think an Extreme Speed will be enough to just finish this thing off. We do outspeed, and it's just not enough. Can we live it? Was it enough? Not enough. Arcanine tried so hard, put in the finest of work. Somebody says throw that dog a bone. But now we could just go into Superior and get off a Leaf Storm and get to +2. I don't know if this thing wants to stay in. Probably isn't going to stay in. But we still get free to +2. Now the Charizard is still alive. So he might just switch into that. But I do carry Dragon Pulse. So he might not appreciate a +2 Dragon Pulse if that's what he chooses to switch into. He does switch out. In comes the Charizard. Now unfortunately we don't have the Flash Fire to switch into now. I wish I didn't let the Arcanine go down. I should have played it a little safe. But we should outspeed. I am max speed. And we're just going to go for a Dragon Pulse. We are +2, and this should do some damage. It's not enough to take out, and he goes for the Roost. Now, bearing that in mind, I will just switch out into Garchomp. This Charizard's going to give me problems right now. I see it coming. No one on my team wanted to deal with this. Now, we take that Flamethrower pretty nicely for it being in the sun. And let's hope Garchomp can land a Stone Edge here. We're just going to go for a Stone Edge and get some heavy damage off on this thing, hopefully. As long as it can land. Let's hope he's been going to the shooting range and doing some target practice. Because we need this to land more than ever. He does withdraw. And he goes into beat down the Chestnut. Okay, he does avoid the attack, so at least we got that. I think we just go into... I'm going to go into Scizor here. And maybe get up a Swords Dance or two. Hopefully I can set up on this thing, depending on what he wants to do. Stone Edge, we should take that quite nicely. It's not Stab. And the sunlight has faded. I am just going to Swords Dance. If he wants to switch out, we'll switch out. We burned a turn. He does just stay in. Maybe going for a Drain Punch. He does go for Drain Punch. And we eat that very well. So I am just going to go for another Swords Dance. Because I have nothing to lose. We see we outspeed, so I can freely Roost next turn. And he's thinking about it. He's thinking about going into the Charizard, seeing that damage. And he does stay in. Surprisingly enough, we get another Swords Dance off. Just goes for another Drain Punch. Now, I'm just going to go for a Roost. Because we do outspeed. All that HP back. Beautiful. That's what I love to see. And I'm not going to get greedy. I'm just going to go for another Bullet Punch, which she does withdraw. Probably going into the Charizard. Yeah, Charizard comes in. Now, what can a +4 Bullet Punch do to this Charizard? And the clamps are powerful enough to take it out. And that is the biggest problem out of the way, and I think Scizor can just clean up from here. He does send out the Chestnut again. And I have no reason just to not go for another Bullet Punch. And it's not enough, unfortunately. Drain Punch brings us down to low health. And I can play it safe and Roost again. which he has the Sylveon and what? The Galvantula left? I will play it safe and go for a Roost. I'm not in the mood to lose another battle, and especially if it was because of a dumb mistake. So we take another Drain Punch. I was kind of roosting, thinking he might have gone for a spiky shield if he carried it, but we haven't seen it yet, so I don't think he does. Unless he's been playing me for a fool this whole time and does have it. He does, as far as we know, he does not. We pick up the kill, and probably see the Galvantula next, or did we take care of that? Galvantula and Crawdaunt left? And Sylveon? Okay, he does have the Galvantula left, and he has one more, which I think is the Crawdaunt. Yeah, we took out the Sylveon with the Flare Blitz. And we're just gonna go for a Bullet Punch. This thing might be sashed. No, no sash. And down it goes. Sunlight fades, and in comes the Crawdaunt. Now he might Aqua Jet us, but we're just gonna go for another Bullet Punch, and we should. If he does Aqua Jet, we should take this quite well. Wow, it actually takes out the Scizor. Okay. I'll just go into Xatu and U-turn. I mean, super effective. Or no, we'll Dazzling Gleam. Why not? We'll use the overpowered fairiness. And we do survive that. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. And Dazzling Gleam goes off. We pick up the kill on the Crawdaunt, and we have redeemed ourselves from the loss. The first battle is a loss on our channel. Second is a win. We're 1-1 on this channel, and a nice 4-0. And hey, a win's a win. I'll take it. So that's it for this time. I'm gonna get out of here. This is Psycho Bacon, signing off.